But
Beautiful.
we did have an encounter though, like at Warramel. The owner, not that we saw the owner, had his dog roaming. Like he's just not on the lead. He just gets to go wherever he wants. His name's River. And he comes up to Riley and we're just like, he's an assistant dog. He had his everything on. And
we just got to keep moving by.
yeah, we just keep moving by, and the dog followed us and went for Riley. And and we stopped it, and like he didn't go for Riley, but he growled and went to snap, and then one of the workers was like, River, this way. But it's just like, you're the owner's dog, you're roaming, this is a public space, you're allowed to have dogs here. So Riley didn't even have to be on duty, but we had him on duty.
Yeah.
And it was a confrontation where it's just like, what do we do? Like, we need to protect Riley.
We don't know where the owner is.
We don't know where the owner is. So, and you don't want to put Simon in danger that he's going to get hurt because of or Riley, go do something to that dog because he's protecting. Yes. Because it was a threat. He actually went. He growled and he went for Riley. So it was not a good. Riley handled it, but poor Riley's got the nuzzle and everything. He can't do anything. He was just like, he was just more back to Simon, like I'll curve over Simon, but it was nothing. So, and I was literally 5 feet behind just because I was walking with the kids, so I had to hurry up to get to where Simon was, and then like I said, the one of the workers was like, River. So
I'm glad that they could help.
Yeah, because we saw the dog like
coming
a mile away, and it's like, oh my god! And then we're trying to, and you can just see it like it's targeting coming towards us. Yeah, it's like, for fuck's sake, like, there's no way to just turn around or go this way. So the dog's already coming. It's seen us. So we were just we couldn't avoid it. So
I want to know. Let me ask. What would you like to do? What would you like to do?
We don't want it was good to, in all scenarios we are distractions everywhere, and we're hoping something like that won't happen again, but in life it probably will. So me and Simon have discussed what would we do next time if the same scenario happened like that, because they're in some campsites, people do have their dogs roaming and off the lead. So we want to protect Simon, we want to protect Riley. Riley, like I said, responded well, but it's more next time I'll jump in front to try to block where that other dog is. But it's hard when you have kids and you don't know if it's going to happen. It's a bit of a hard one. So
okay, because this is not uncommon, but it is rare. That's the good news. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because this is where temperament of a dog is extremely important. Your dog's temperament and genetics and the way, Riley's personality is what's made this diffuse.
Yeah.
When we have dogs that don't have the correct temperament is when we have big problems. And that's why guide dogs, hearing dogs, and these people are so strict, because they're looking for dogs that are just not bothered by other dogs. If the other dog's kind of pushing, that your dog could be like, dude, I'm not even taking you seriously. But then, like you're saying, and I agree with you here, is because then it's like the other end of the leash needs to also then step in and advocate. Legalistically, whoever that dog's owner is will be liable. Now, if it is on the property, because this person is allowing people and their dogs on the property, there should be an element of safety, right? And unfortunately, having a dog that sees something at its territory and then having random people come and go without this dog's giving permission is creating a situation that can turn out volatile, obviously, for yourself. So I'm really sorry that's happened. My suggestion...
But we thought the exact same as, it's like on the thing it says keep your dog on the lead, but then his own dog is literally roaming around, and I was like, Riley was in duty. Yeah, exactly. And it's like his dog can target anyone. Oh, my dog's good with everybody. Are you sure? Because
but that's not true. So what I would suggest, just to make sure, because people can't do anything if they don't receive feedback.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that they have somewhere where you can email or review, and tell them about all the good stuff and say, there is one thing that I would say you need to look at, because this can become a big liability for you guys. And just explain to them, let them know you're not trying to fight, but this is something that will prevent anyone with a dog to come. Because, and it only takes one incident. And you can tell them and say, look, you legally, you guys have every right actually to report this guy, and tell them and say, look, this has really scared us. This is really like my husband has an assistance dog for a reason. It's made it worse. Just, you're not trying to blame them, but you're trying to help them.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
no, I think that's actually a good idea, because we said, like, what if he did attack? And there's so many other dogs here, same thing. Like, he could have done it to anyone, and it could have been so much worse. And we're just trying to think in our ways what we can do to protect Riley, protect Simon, protect the kids, because, if a dog fight happens, it could hurt anyone around them, because it's just, they go brawl. And like I said, Riley didn't do anything. He literally just went to protect Simon. He just curved his head in and was like, I don't know where else to go. Like, I got nowhere else to go.
Riley was doing everything right. You guys were doing everything right. It was
good to see Riley. Like I said, he didn't go to the dog. He didn't antagonize the dog in any way or growl. He just, like I said, he just put himself in front of Simon. I was like, oh God.
Yes. And that is why part of the training that I've done. That is why part of the training that I've done with you guys is assessing a dog's temperament in the background, to make sure that when something like this happens, am I confident that it will be okay? Obviously, it's not 100% foolproof.
No, we go through the experience, and he did do a good job. And
very good job. Yes.
Very happy.
So I would also somehow, some way, inform the council or the rangers, because then just let them know of the incident and be like, just keep this on record. The only reason I'm telling that is because when someone is doing that and later down the road, maybe there's 2, 3, 4 more incidents, no one reports it, the rangers don't have a record, and then they can't help people like you. So let's say this has happened before, right? Let's say this dog has done this before 2, 3 times, but none of the other people reported it.
Yeah. And
So,
the thing is that maybe we might be the last straw. We might say something and they're like, oh, this has been numerous times. Thank you for letting us know. And then it's like, which is scary. It's like, oh, God.
So I'm not trying to get you to pick a fight. That's not what I mean. I'm trying to see and educate to see how we can keep people accountable. And unfortunately, this is the only way. For yourself, one of the things too that you could do is you can actually put Riley in the middle, so between your legs. Because most dogs, if your dog's under you and you're over your dog, you're presenting as a unit. And that can be quite scary for
there you go, Simon. Did you hear that? So next time if something like that happens, put Riley through so you become a unit. So you and Riley towards the dog, so it can be not intimidating, but more of a present like.
No, definitely intimidating, because what you want is you want the dog to go, oh, maybe this wasn't such a good idea. Most dogs, because what you're intimidating in a way is saying, we're not intimidated, but are you sure you want to pick a fight? Or what happens with a lot of dogs is, remember, a lot of dogs, and in nature, it's all about bluffing. It's all about creating a picture of don't mess with me. And some dogs,
when you remove the fence kind of thing.
So whenever I am faced with a situation, especially with my assistance dogs in training, when there's a dog like that, I put them in the middle, and most of the time the other dog will go, ooh, maybe I should just pause. And just that pause can give you that moment of go. And that dog's like, oh, okay, I'm going. And without having to physically touch the dog, anything like that, it is another strategy to help.
And I guess it brings that focus away from just Riley. It would be, the dog will look at Riley, but then because Simon's over Riley, he'll go Riley and Simon, like, oh, okay, like there's not one, there's 2.
And Riley will also go like, oh, you're with me, right? So Riley's not going to go like, oh, shoot, I'm the only one doing something about it. You're not feeling like you're the only one doing something about it. You're presenting as a unit, as a pack. And generally, a single predator looking at a pack of predators will go like, ooh, maybe this isn't such a good idea, because there's no winning for this animal.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's such good advice, Sarita. Thank you so much. And we'll definitely do that if it ever comes again, because like I said, we were talking and we're like, okay, like I can come in between, but then it's still, and he goes, Simon's like, no, because I don't want you getting hurt, and
That's right.
we don't want Riley getting hurt, and he doesn't want to get hurt, and then it's just like, what do we do? So yeah, no, that's absolutely perfect.
Back. Yes, and then have each
Yeah.
other's back. So if the dog starts to turn around and, you know, like, let me see, instead of Simon and Riley moving, you can move a little bit, and like you have each other's backs, like back to back.
Yeah.
Then the other dog will be like, "Ooh." And in that case, you can then communicate with others and go, hey, this dog is presenting to be a threat. If you're able, phone out, because that's evidence. So if something happens or you're reporting it, you can go, look at this. Look at how this dog is threatening us. And I feel sorry for the dog. I do. Dogs will always be collateral damage, for lack of a better word. But then it's like you go to the owner and you say, this is not friendly. This is threatening.
Yeah.
And it's very hard for someone to look at that and trying to convince themselves. But it's easy to do mouth to mouth and go, no, my dog loves it. Oh, you must have scared it. You must have. And it's like this.
We're just literally walking. Yeah.
So unfortunately, sometimes you can't catch the moment before it happens, but you can capture during and after. And then again, reporting it and go, guys, I have the evidence. Here it is for you. Keep record of it. And at the end of the day, you guys are going through that process to earn the right to have your assistance dog out in public. But that means other people has a duty of care as well, not because you're an assistance dog, but because of their dog. They must also be able to keep the public, which now Riley is included in that, specifically because he's on a job as well.
Yeah, and keep him safe, but and everyone else safe. And
exactly.